Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on this show. I'm going to talk about some NFL news, possibly some NASCAR if I have time in this video. So we're going to get right into it here, starting off with stuff from Ian Rapoport. So the first thing I'll talk about is about Marshawn Lloyd, Packers running back. So a couple days after the Packers activated running back Marshawn Lloyd to the 53-man roster, as expected, he's now going to the NFL list, the non-football illness list, because of appendicitis. He had his appendix took out. This allows the Green Bay Packers to replace him on the roster and bring him back later in the season. Man, this poor guy just can't catch a break this year. But then the injuries, and then he had to have his appendix took out. It's been rough for Marshawn Lloyd. Hopefully he will be able to actually play this year for them. I don't know if he'd play a lot. They have Josh Jacobs, Emmanuel Wilson. Yeah, he's back on the NFL list. On the NFL list. So several key players that are back at practice or activated this weekend. So for the Giants, outside linebacker Kayvon Thibodeaux will practice. I believe he's been out last few games. He will practice. Arizona Cardinals right tackle Jonah Williams, who's been out with a knee injury, will be activated today. So Cardinals get some offensive line help back. Bucs wide receiver Mike Evans was at practice. He's been out the last few games with a hamstring injury. Patriots guard / center Cole Strange is returning to practice today, and Cowboys wide receiver Brandon Cooks and defensive Marshawn Kneeland are both set to practice. Possibly they could come back against the We Are Commanders. Bum 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 bum. It's not going to matter for us getting these two back. Marshawn Kneeland could be good, but I don't think Brandon Cooks is going to help us. Mike Evans, we need that 1K streak to continue for him. So hopefully he comes back APP as soon as possible. So Tom Pelissero had an article on NFL.com, some top candidates for the upcoming NFL head coaching hiring cycle. There's dozens of names to watch in years to come. Ben Johnson, Jesse Minter, Anthony Weaver, there's some names mentioned here. Shane Bowen, the Giants defensive coordinator. Joe Brady, I don't see him leaving the Bills though as the offensive coordinator. Thomas Brown, the Bears offensive coordinator, is another name mentioned. Liam Cohen could be a possible another one. DeMarcus Covington. Ejiro Evero, the Panthers defensive coordinator. Marcus Freeman's a name mentioned, the Notre Dame head coach. I don't see that happening. Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson, which has been a popular name if he were to leave the Lions as the offensive coordinator, but I don't know if he wants to leave a really good situation. Jesse Minter, as I talked about, I feel like he won't be a good head coach. Kellen Moore is a name mentioned. Falcons offensive coordinator Zach Robinson mentioned here. The Dan Pitcher, the Bengals offensive coordinator. Don't know if I'd want a Bengals offensive coordinator as a head coach because Brian Callahan isn't working out with Tennessee. Drew Petzing, the Cardinals offensive coordinator. I believe for the We Are Commanders. Bum 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 bum. There's Brian Johnson, their offensive pass game coordinator, and their assistant head coach is a name mentioned. Bobby Slowick. I would be hesitant this year compared to last year because he hasn't been as good as their offense hasn't been as good as it was last year. Outside of Joe Mixon. There's a bunch of possible names mentioned for the future. And there's a bunch of names, there's a lot of young coaches listed, some really, interesting, not young, but the young coaches list, some interesting names there. I don't know why Press Taylor was on that list, and Jesse Minter I feel like won't be a good head coach. So QB Shedeur Sanders has officially accepted his invite to the 100th East and West Bowl. He probably got paid a ton of money. I think it's his hometown. Right? Yeah, that's kind of interesting, I thought. So, some transactions. The Patriots signed linebacker Titus Leo from the Colts practice squad. The Giants signed QB Tim Boyle. He's still in the league. To their practice squad, the Ravens signed cornerback Desmond King to their practice squad. And with DJ Turner now headed to injured reserve, we talked about that yesterday. The Bengals acquired former Patriots DB Marco Wilson on waivers. Oh boy, hopefully he doesn't throw a shoe. How is Tim Boyle still in the league, man? Like, I don't know how he keeps getting signed. So, Cardinals linebacker Marcus Bailey, he got a 6-game suspension. I think it was a banned substance. And they put out a statement. It's basically the classic, "Oh, I got caught, but anyone who knows me, I wouldn't do this," quote, basically. So I'm going to talk about my Cowboys here. Cooper Rush will remain the starting quarterback for my Cowboys versus the Commanders, but Trey Lance will have some packages installed, head coach Mike McCarthy said. I mean, we're basically just trying to lose. Just start Trey Lance and see what he does before the season's over. Like, no reason to keep playing Rush unless you want to lose, which I guess we want to lose, get a good draft pick, but I'd rather see Trey Lance play, at least make me tune in to watch the offense maybe be better. The Lions have placed Ifeatu Melifonwu on the injured reserve list. So, obviously we talked about Joe Douglas. He got fired yesterday. Or did we? Did we talk about it? No, I don't think we did. Or they fired Joe Douglas with pretty much a full house clean. He was in the final year of his contract, now he's out. And they've cleared clean house. Robert Saleh, Joe Douglas. And he was considered unlikely to return for 2025, so it was a matter of when, not if. Woody Johnson he chose now. At a 3-8 record with a team Johnson said is one of the most talented ever, is a full overhaul. Man, it's scapegoat 1, scapegoat 2. Because of Aaron Rodgers being disappointing. But yeah, full house clean. Man, I can't say I'm surprised. I mean, he hasn't done that well for agency, but I mean, he's drafted good players like Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, Michael Carter II, I think, Jermaine Johnson, like, it's just kind of a clown show with the New York Jets. And now Phil Savage is the new interim GM. So Phil Savage, you're up, sir. Let's see how you do as the Jets general manager. And then the Jets, they've signed kicker Andres Carlson to the 53-man practice squad as well. So the Pro Bowl games are back. Peyton and Eli Manning are returning as the head coaches for the 2025 Pro Bowl games. At least that should be maybe something exciting. So, the Bears are working out veteran free agent safety Terrell Edmonds yesterday. They worked him out, source said. The former first-rounder has played for the Steelers and Jaguars this season. If he signs, he would join his brother Tremaine, Chicago's Pro Bowl linebacker. I wouldn't want to go to the Bears to be a loser. So, trending. Prices for the Giants-Cowboys Thanksgiving matchup are extremely low, with some tickets for going as low as under $50. Tommy DeVito vs. Cooper Rush is not the matchup the NFL was hoping for when they scheduled this game before the season. Yeah, Dak and Daniel Jones isn't that much better of a matchup there, buddy. This is going to be a freaking shit show of a game. All the Thanksgiving games might suck. I mean, Dolphins-Packers might be good. I might recap that. Thanksgiving games, ugh. Look mediocre. So, Drew Lock, he's pissed off. He's definitely pissed off that he's not the starting quarterback right now. He says he was told he was the QB2 when he was signed with the team. Well, I mean, he's still technically the quarterback too. I mean, to be fair. So, multiple Giants players are disappointed with how the Daniel Jones situation was handled, per at Schultz Report. One offensive player told me over the phone, and quote, "We're not idiots. They did it because of money, so be it. But Daniel has been all class, never complained, and is now being completely disregarded. The team record is bad. You can point fingers everywhere to try to blame him as trash, and making him the third string is weak as fuck." Yeah, the face of New York right here, folks. He should have never gotten the contract he did. He sucks. I mean, at least it's... Hey, I mean, at least he's getting respect from one teammate, Darius Slayton. This is the most obvious Darius Slayton comment. But just the thing is, Daniel Jones isn't very good. I mean, yeah, you can blame the offensive line, you can blame receivers if you want to, but the truth is, he just isn't good. I mean, I respect it. At least one teammate has his back. Multiple Giants players, yeah, sure. So, rumors. Jets owner Woody Johnson stepped in and overruled a potential Joe Douglas trade that could have sent Allen Lazard and a day 2 pick to the Broncos for wide receiver Jerry Jeudy, per at the Athletic NFL. The trade never went through, and Jeudy ended up being traded to the Browns. Well, I'm saying about right. Joe Douglas was about to send a lot for a mid-ass receiver. Give me up a second or third would have been awful value for him. And then the Browns overpaid for Jerry Jeudy. So there's at least one Woody Johnson W. He doesn't get very many W's. Also, I'm not going to do any NASCAR news in this video. I might do one later. Or tomorrow. But, yeah. Just want to get that out right. So, Jets owner Woody Johnson suggested the team bench QB Aaron Rodgers after the team's loss to the Broncos week 4 because he thought Rodgers wasn't playing well enough, per at the Athletic, and the coaches pushed back on this. Look, that was a bad loss, remember that? The defense held Bo Nix to negative yards at the half, and Rodgers still didn't do enough to win that game. I mean, the Broncos defense obviously had something to do with that, but it also didn't help when you fired Robert Saleh when he was leading, when the defense was pretty good. Now it's ass. I mean, they could have benched him, but would it help? I don't know. Probably not. I mean, who's the worst owner in the NFL? Jerry Jones, David Tepper, Woody Johnson. Jerry Jones was still buying them all. So, Jerry Jones, he says the narrative that Mike McCarthy has lost the Cowboys locker room is overblown, he told reporters. That's overblown. That losing the team stuff, that's overblown. First of all, they're natural competitors. Secondly, they're so proud of the fact that they're professionals. Disappointed. Question mark. Disappointed may be the way they execute a play, but not anything that's brother or first cousin to give up. That's not in that locker room. Really, it's not. Jerry Jones doesn't know what he's talking about, and he's delusional. This dude's so delusional, man. I fucking hate Jerry Jones. So the NFL has no plans to discipline players doing the Donald Trump dance as their celebration. Okay? I mean, it's just a dance. Who cares? So per report, the Cowboys have no plans to sit veteran players and take a look at some of the younger guys on the roster. This team is so cooked, man. What's the point of playing these veterans? Play the young guys. We need to develop them. Rumors. Multiple hashtag Jets players are just ready for the season to be over and have checked out. Per at Connor _J _Hughes. Now you have a team source. Subscribe to SNY is checked out. Players aren't angry or annoyed if they're 3-8 record. There is one person subscribed just ready for it to be over. Yeah, you can tell from their lack of effort. And I'm not going to need anything else from Adam Schefter because this video's almost at the video limit. Cooper Rush will start Sunday at Washington for the third straight week, per Mike McCarthy. Bryce Huff will undergo procedure on his wrist Thursday for the Eagles. He's expected back towards the end of the year. And there's really nothing else to talk about, so nothing else from Schefter. That's all I'll say. Peace.